Jello Beats, holla at me.
And she glue, oh yeah, and she move, oh yeah, and she the finest motherfucker in the room, oh yeah. Now tell her move something, move something, move something, move something, move something, move something, move something. And if you feeling like I'm feeling shorty, move something. And if you feeling like I'm feeling shorty, move something. She got a hair pulled back, so thick, so stacked. Then she got an attitude, cause she built like that. You ain't never seen a woman this fine. I give her a 10, cause she worth every dime. She ain't got no friends, she don't do hoes. The girl got goals, and she a throw bows. Very educated if you really wanna know. But to take it to the hood if you really wanna go. Riding on foes on them hoes, she be flexing. Keep a pair of J's, got a hell of a collection. All in the mirror, posing for the selfie. Ask her how she do it, she tell you it's a blessing. Destined. I'm fresh, oh yeah, and I'm smooth, oh yeah, and I'm fly, I'm clean, I'm cool, oh yeah, and she glue, oh yeah, and she move, oh yeah, and she the finest motherfucker in the room, oh yeah. Now tell her move something, move something, move something, move something, move something, move something, move something. And if you feeling like I'm feeling shorty, move something. And if you feeling like I'm feeling shorty, move something.
It's the return of the real. I ain't never left, I'm blessed, I'm way up like I ain't never slept. My rep is top notch, baby, you is too. Tell the truth, I want you like I want my Benjamin's blue. And that's blue money, new money. See you talking about that little shoe money. You funny, this whatever you wanna do money. Who money? My money. Try whatever you wanna, try money. Fly money, buy whatever you wanna, buy money. Hi, honey, say hello to the bad guy, cause I let them bags fly. See, baby, I just wanna see you good in your bad side. Damn, girl, you're killing these hoes by a landslide.
I'm fresh, oh yeah, and I'm smooth, oh yeah, and I'm fly, I'm clean, I'm cool, oh yeah, and she glue, oh yeah, and she move, oh yeah, and she the finest motherfucker in the room, oh yeah. Now tell her move something, move something, move something, move something, move something, move something, move something. And if you feeling like I'm feeling shorty, move something. And if you feeling like I'm feeling shorty, move something.
What's going on, y'all? I had to fix some shit. I'm gonna change one more thing. Go ahead and load it up. I'm settling in, so. I'll watch it on Twitch today. What's up to everybody across the board? Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, Mixer. We got an official. We had to redo our official YouTube page for some reason or another. That's what I was really doing. Was redoing the YouTube. Because for some reason or another, they messed up my YouTube. So I had to redo my YouTube. So that includes like artwork, setting it up to stream, all that good stuff. So again, shout out to everybody across the board.
Extra. Ball just took off the face.
Knocked the face off.
Huge with a capital H.
Moved it a long ways. It's nice to roll in a 25-footer now and then. Those feel good. But still, there's nothing like hitting that perfect tee ball. Long and straight.
Yeah, you can puff out your chest, last to play, the advantage, holes shorter. Basically, the list goes on.
That was just a gutsy shot right there. And a good look at eagle coming up. Settles in over the putt.
Get a good even shot. I might miss this first one. I ain't play golf. Might make it though. Push it a little bit further to
Tough
the right.
start to the backside, Frank.
Yeah, it doesn't bode well, too. You start losing confidence with the putter early on.
Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday.
Gotta tighten up. So.
Bang for another birdie. 8 under par for the tournament. Now to the par 4 11. Frank, what do you think of this hole?
It's an interesting hole, Rich, and I'm curious to see how aggressive players will play here today. The easy way, obviously, is just hit it down the right side and set up a nice second shot with a short iron. Or the most fun way is to take the big stick out and try and bite off as much of that corner as you choose, but be prepared to pay the price should it not come off. Oh, that's it. New member of the 300-yard club.
Good poke right there. Frank, as we get set for this approach, what does our featured player need to do to regain some of that early round magic?
First, a bit of advice, really. Take a deep breath. Make sure all those bad thoughts get out of your mind. After that hot start, we all know they can play better than this, but they need to relax first of all and then let their game take over again.
Frank, we remember what Rory MclRoy did here in 2010, his first PGA Tour victory, a 62 in the final round. It was also the first victory for Ricky Fowler.
Yeah, and oddly enough, it was in a playoff, and in that playoff, Ricky just pulled out a driver and smashed it down there, then hit a sand iron to that front left flag, basically to gimme distance. Not only did he win in the playoff, but he beat Rory McIlroy, the then world #1 in DA points. And that was the same Ricky Fowler that, remember, in the playoff in 2015 for the Players' Championship, drove the ball in equally daunting fashion over those 3 playoff holes at TPC Sawgrass.
Really hitting on all cylinders now. 9 under for the tournament. Frank, I think the mark of a good golf course design, changing directions. We go from a right to left hole, now at the 12th, to a left to right hole.
Yeah, there's no 2 holes at Quail Hollow that look the same. And this one's slightly downhill. Fairway tilts a little bit to the right. And it's a bit of a sleeper. And plus you add in on top of that 450 yards plus. This is a fairway that has to be hit.
Getting set for this next shot from the rough, what does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are, because, you know, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
And as he strides up here to the 12th green, having hit it in regulation, he knows now that his work is by no means done. A long putt coming up. Looks like he just misread that. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. That's costly right there.
Painful.
Nudge this one home, finish it up. Bit unfortunate, loses a shot here with that bogey. Now to the par 3, 13th hole. Frank, this one 210 yards.
Very, very good par 3. This is actually a big green. It's 37 yards deep, but it actually plays small. Has a front right portion. There's a roll-off area in the middle, and there's a roll-off area in the back. So don't be deceived by the size of this green. You better be pitching that tee shot right bang in the middle.
See, I got the fog behind me now. I had the blue galaxy right behind me before.
Frank, you've played in conditions all over the world. Here come the winds now. What's the mindset?
Well, this is really what separates the men from the boys. This is where you've got to tell yourself that it's an advantage to you. Obviously, the scores will go up a little bit, given the conditions. But once again, this is going to suit the stronger player today.
You like the old phrase, swing easy when it's breezy?
Definitely when you're hitting it into a head breeze. But if down breeze, tee it up a little bit, try and ride that wind some more.
Putting up some impressive numbers out here now, 9 under for the tournament. Well, Frank, as we arrive at the par 4 14th, just 345 yards, our players no doubt are looking for a little advice from a guy who's been there. You've done it at the highest level. What's the right play here?
Rich, after all these years, I think it's like a modified tee shot. And what I'm going to say with that is like a strong 3-wood, something that pitches around 270 and kicks 30 or 40 yards, finishes up about 20 yards short of the green. I think that's the best ploy. You won't be able to get at all the flags, but I think you'll play the whole under par for the week.
When's the right time to pull out the big driver and have a go at this green?
I don't think there is, but maybe you at home should try.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. Frank, going back to 1961 when this golf course was open, several different designers have put their imprint on it.
That's why there's this great collection of holes, Rich, and I think that's why when you look at this golf course in complete overview, it becomes a great driving golf course. I think you see that when you first step on the tee, plus these collection of greens. And I think that's all the meetings of the minds. There's no real flat surfaces. There's little pockets. Each green has its own identity. You put it all together, and you've got this wonderful test.
The original designer, George Cobb, Arnold Palmer made a few modifications in the mid-1980s, and then Tom Fazio came in with a redesign back in '97, and then again, as the modern game exploded with distance, 2003.
That's beyond long.
That is a sensational play right there, and you have to think that the little helping breeze gave that a nice boost.
He can't be that good.
Well, he's going to have to hit the same club a lot harder or just hit another one.
There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it.
I think not.
Oh my goodness, that could have been really bad.
Can you imagine if that kicks towards the bunker?
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Racking them and stacking
Eagle, baby.
them. That's
Eagle,
12
baby.
under par now for the tournament. This is
Should
the
feel
start
good.
of what some
Should
say
feel
is the
mad good.
toughest finishing stretch on the PGA towards known as the Green Mile. Frank, what makes it so challenging?
Well, this hole in particular, Rich, the dogleg right, it means it plays every inch of it's just over 500 yards. That bunker you can see down the right, 325 yards to carry that. If you can fly the ball that far, at least you can chew off 2/3 of this hole, and that is
Pretty
well
much.
required here. Otherwise, it's a long, long second shot.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, look at the lake. Yeah. Mic check. Mic check. Mic on delay. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. There we go. Alright, so that bitch on now. That bitch right on point. Alright. Alright, let's go to the filter section real quick. Go to the filter section. The filter fish. Filter fish. Get the head filter fish. Filter fish. Mic check. Am I loud enough, y'all? Should I turn the mic up? Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Alright. Alright. Yeah. No, I need to say that shit. Mic check. Mic check. Alright, so now I just do this. And this shit. Mic check. Yeah. No delay. Yeah, see. I like investigation. Because then I can do shit that I want to do.
Beautiful looking shot right here.
When I need to make adjustments. And then I can put the game volume back at a good level. And then you can still hear me. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't got to speak
Frank,
too
how about
loud.
this approach shot to the 16th, the beginning of the green mile?
There is no other option but the aerial attack here at 16. Front bunker means it has to be carried. The one on the right really isn't in play. But that little hollow and that left front of the green, you've got to fly the ball at least 7 or 8 yards onto this putting surface.
Bad timer. Want to see what that's gonna do. It's down 5 yards. Kind of want to see if that's get
Well,
played
this one
right.
should be safely on deck here.
Roll. Good
Had a birdie
shot.
here yesterday in their
Yeah.
close. Great opportunity for another one. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point.
Whoa.
That's the cruelest thing about this game, Rich. I mean, it's just now it's another shot.
So they'll tap in.
Let's think about golf.
No damage done. Made the par. Frank, the 17th here at Quail Hollow. It is all you want.
And a bit more, actually. The only advantage the player has, it plays a little bit downhill. But when you look at the lake in front of you, if there's any swirling breeze out there, it just becomes a nightmare trying to choose the right club.
But right up in there somewhere. Maybe get, because these give them 1 or 2 bounce. Just one. I just really need 1 bounce.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Just what I expected to get.
That's how you play the
Can't
game.
ask for nothing else.
Right there.
Look at that.
Stick
He
it
happy.
in close and then knock
Shit,
in the
I'm
birdie.
happy.
Good
That's
chance
right.
here.
Let's see if we can make this
Currently
putt.
at 5 under par.
Let's go for birdie. 13 under. Let's see if we line the shot up right. We're only 8 feet from the hole. I got him.
Frank, that birdie will help the cause. Now to the finishing hole here at Quail Hollow. Frank, what can we expect?
If there was a name for this hole, Rich, it should be called Narrows. The creek that meanders its way down the left side and actually divides that hole into really half the size of what a normal par 4 should be. That makes it
I'm about
hard.
to crack this
The
one.
bunker on the right is your bailout area, just over 290 yards to get past that, and then the narrowest green that still
Watch it.
sits.
Watch this shit.
When he goes after
This shit
it like
right
he
here
is
lit. Crack that motherfucker.
Can a ball explode?
That is big. I mean, really big.
Can we get a measure on that one? That's enormous.
Frank, what's the player need to watch out for here at 18?
That false front doesn't finish till at least 8 or 9 yards on, Rich, and then you've got 2 different tiers. Plus, it's a narrow green. Club selection here is just so important.
But all you gotta do is line your shot up. Look at this heartbeat moment.
Good looking shot right here. Terrific golf shot. That easy birdie. Standing over this putt,
Damn.
concentrating on the
Did
read.
y'all see that shit? The boy out here golfing.
Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall.
Well, that'll wrap up our coverage of the final round. This is Rich Lerner alongside Frank Novelo for EA Sports. We'll see you next week.
That shit crazy. They scuffed me on that last one. They know they scuffed me on that last one though. I ain't tripping. All right. Say I won another tournament. It's the 8th one this season. Well, yeah. So another one this season. After 9 events, I'm still number 1. Let's go ahead and head to the next one. Damn that. Hold on. Something just went haywire just now. I'm not getting no sleep. I must have pulled something out. Hold on. I must have pulled something out, y'all. I had to. Alright, so I think I got it fixed. I think I got it fixed. Just wait on the screen to do its thing. And then I'm gonna bring the scene back. Just stay in one moment, please. Just loading it in now.